welcome to my reading wrap-up for January. It's my goal to do these every month this year. This will probably be the longest one that I have to do because I did read 24 books in the month of January. I'm going to try to go over them very quickly, give you just like a star rating and the way that I listened to that, or the way that I read them. So I listened to 16 of the 24 books and I read 8 ebooks. So I'm going to try to do them in kind of a general order of the way that I read them, while also like putting authors together and like series and stuff like that. Okay, so let's go. So the first book that I read in 2026 was Wicked Truths by Gillian West. This is book 4 in the Ruined Records duet. This was a 4.5 out of 5 for me. I read the ebook. I loved this. This is the first 3 of the series were the last 3 that I read in 2020 and 2025. And I loved it. It has the unrepentant asshole trope, which I absolutely love, by the way. Then I read Too Many Options by Gillian West. This is a Ruined Records and Not Many Options crossover. It says it's a novella, but it's like 250 pages, so I don't really consider it a novella. But I loved this. 5 out of 5. I read the ebook. Then Happy Ever After Playlist by Abby Jimenez. I listened to the audiobook. This was my first audiobook of the year, and it was amazing. I loved it. 5 out of 5. This was exactly what I expect and what I want from an Abby Jimenez book, which is it's gonna be low spice, high angst, and it's gonna rip your heart out and put it back together and have a happy ending. And it's delivered exactly that, and I loved it. I also read Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. This was an incredibly slow burn. Like, they didn't even kiss until over 80% into the book. But I loved this one. I thought it was really good. This was a 4.5 out of me. I listened to this one on audio and highly recommend it. It was, again, exactly what I want from an Abby Jimenez book. And then one of 2 books that I started the audiobook of and accidentally finished it on the same day was Heated Rivalry. I loved the show. I've watched the show 2 times now, and so I read the book. I'm still waiting for The Long Game. 5 out of 5. Listen to this on audio, but I started it and I was like, I'm gonna listen to like 30 minutes of this just to see if I can handle the narrator, because I don't like the person who narrates this. And I accidentally listened to the entire thing, because next thing I know, it's like 5 hours later and I'm like almost done with it, and I'm like, loved it. I also listened to The Role Model, which is book 5 in the Game Changer series. Heated Rivalry is book 2. Just because of the way that Libby makes things available to me. This one was really cute. This one was not as spicy as Heated Rivalry, where in Heated Rivalry they just go to Pound Town immediately. There's a little bit of yearning, a lot of build up before that happens in this one. This one was a 4.5 out of 5 for me. I really liked it. It was great. It was a great time. And it was very cute, and I liked it a lot. I listened to this one as well. I think I said that already. Another ebook that I read was Tight End by Fiona Davenport. These are really good palate cleansers for me. They're very short, smutty, and kind of follow the same overall storyline. And I can't complain. It was a football romance. It was actually longer than most of their books. Fiona Davenport is like a partnership. But it was like 150 pages, I think. But it was good. 4 out of 5. I read the ebook. Back on the Gillian West train, I read A Monstrous World. I read all 5 of them. There is 3 full-length, almost 400-page novels of The Monster's Den, The Monster's Wife, and The Monster's Desire. These were all rereads for me. And then there's The Monster's Mate, which is a long novella, like 200 pages, so I don't consider it a novella. And then there was The Monster's Obsession, which was like 80 pages, and that I do consider a novella. I read the ebooks. These are all 5 stars. Now on to the novella train of all the novellas that I read. I read The Improbable Meet Cute Second Chances. I listened to all of these. I did a 2-part review of all 6 of these, ranking them. But Accidentally Yours, 4 out of 5. Time Will Tell, 5 out of 5. Second Chance Act, 3 out of 5. A Play for Love, 4.5 out of 5. Death to Valentine's Day, 4.5 out of 5. And Valentine's Slave, 5 out of 5. I also, for the Amazon like little things, I listened to Cruel Winter with You by Ali Hazelwood, because I'm trying to finish all of the Ali Hazelwood books. This was like a 4 out of 5 for me. Cute. And then Hot for Slayer by Ali Hazelwood. This was again a 4 out of 5. It was cute, fun, time, very short. Again, 5 out of 5s all around for these. Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, Onyx Storm, these were all readers for me, and I did the graphic audio and I absolutely loved them. Last book that I'm going to talk about, not the last one I read, but The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. This was the second book that in January that I started on a Saturday, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to it for like an hour, maybe 2 hours, and then I'm gonna be done, but I accidentally listened to the whole thing. This is a ghost love story. I loved this. I thought this was amazing, and I highly recommend it. 5 out of 5, and I listened to it. There is my January 2026 reading wrap up. I hope you enjoyed. Why did I blow a kiss at the camera? That was weird.